Hands on clock will resume on my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. TLS auto sequence has been initiated.
Now into the final phase of this morning's launch countdown with the initiation of the ground launch sequencer. Standing by now for a request from the orbiter test conductor to Houston Flight to send stored program commands, which are the final update on the antenna alignment.
PLT was that for OTC was that for the PLT?
That's affirmative. Configure fuel cell central bus source switches, please.
That's in work, Stan.
Thank you.
OTC PLT essential bus connection is complete.
Copy that. Thank you.
Next significant event coming very shortly here with the orbiter crew access arm being retracted away from the vehicle into the launch configuration. This arm can be re-extended in less than half a minute if that's necessary. T-minus 7 minutes, 30 seconds and counting.
TLS is go for orbiter access arm retract.
In about 45 seconds, the orbiter test conductor will give pilot Charlie Bolden a go to perform the auxiliary power unit pre-start. Bolden will configure switches in the cockpit to put the APUs in the ready to start configuration. The APUs will be started at T-minus 5 minutes. Go for APU pre-start will come in about 10 seconds.
You want to start your APU on your trip chart recorders, please. Recorder started. And PLT OTC.
Go ahead.
You can perform your APU pre-start, please.
That's in work.
The APUs provide hydraulic power to the orbiter. Standing by for confirmation that the APU pre-start is complete.
Pre-start's complete. 3 great talkbacks.
Thank you, Charlie.
Pilot Bolden reporting back that the pre-start operations are complete. T-minus 5 minutes, 30 seconds. Mission Control has transmitted the signal to start the flight recorders. The 2 recorders will collect measurements of the shuttle system's performance during the flight for playback later after the vehicle is in orbit. Coming up on T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
TLS is go for orbiter APU start.
And we have a go for APU start.
APUs, please.
That's in work, Stanley.
And CDR OTC.
Go ahead.
You can reconfigure heaters, please.
Commander Schreiber asked to reconfigure the orbiter heaters. He'll report when that's complete.
Heaters are reconfigured.
Thank you.
Ground launch sequencer has terminated liquid oxygen replenish to the external tank and is now initiating the LOX drain back.
And OTC, PLT, APU start is complete, and so far so good.
There are the good words. 3 APUs in good health. About to start a profile test.
4.
Profile test of the orbiter's aero surfaces. The orbiter flight control surfaces are being moved through a pre-programmed pattern, and we'll have a gimbling of the main engines, which will follow. Final purge sequence of the main engines is in work. We're now transferring to internal power and switching off the orbiter's ground power supply. At this point, Discovery is being powered by the onboard fuel cells. T-minus 3 minutes and counting.
Ulysses go for ET-LO2 pressurization.
Go for pressurizing the external tank. All systems are go for launch.
OTC 212.
Go ahead, OTC.
Okay, clear caution and warning memory and verify no unexpected errors.
Okay, we have no caution and warning enunciation, Stan. That's
Okay.
complete.
Thank you, Charlie.
Standing by now, here is the retraction of the gaseous oxygen vent hood. The gimbling of the main engines is complete, and the aero surfaces have been verified that they are positioned for launch. The external tank now is reported to be at flight pressure.
OTC 212. Close and lock your visors and initiate your O2 flow, and you all have a good trip.
Roger that. 10 work.
Ulysses go for ET-LH2 pressurization.
Bringing the LH2 pressurization up to flight levels. 90 seconds away from launch now.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
And the LH2 tank now reported at flight pressure. Both tanks, liquid and oxygen, now ready to flow propellants.
One minute.
Sound suppression water system is now being armed, which will flow water onto the mobile launcher platform at the rate of 900,000 gallons a minute, beginning at T-minus 16 seconds. The heaters on the booster joints are now being turned off. The orbiter computers have positioned the vent doors to the launch configuration. Standing by now for a go for auto sequence start. T-minus 33.
Countdown clock will hold at T-minus 31 seconds due to a failure.
We've had a hold. We do not know at this time what the problem is. We'll be standing by for word, but the clock is holding at T-minus 31 seconds due to a system failure.
And NTDSD, it's the LO2 outboard fill and drain valve. NTD is CMPL. Go ahead. It's LCC MPS 8. And PV9 outboard fill and drain closed power is off. It should be on. No recommendation? And NTD, that we're in a no-go situation. We should have our open power, and we do not. Or excuse me, our closed power. SP? And MPS, can we verify that the valve is closed? Negative. We right now show a open position. We cannot verify the valve is closed.
SP, this is CMPS.
Go MPS.
Yeah, with an LCC reads, if we have the closed power on and the open position off, we can cycle one time and try to pick up the closed position, but we never picked up the closed power.
Okay, in MPS, we have a message that we were blocked by a prerequisite sequence, GCL 18.
What has happened is the ground launch sequencer would not hand off to the orbiter's computers to complete the count because the liquid oxygen fill and drain valve was showing off when it should be on. An analysis of the problem has begun.
We've been holding 2 minutes.
SDE, this is CMTS. We're going to make an attempt to cursor that valve closed. We've got the prereq set off. If this works, we should be in good shape.
I copy. Proceed.
It work?
We have 7 minutes of runtime available on the auxiliary power units. We've been holding now about 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
NTD, this is CMTS. The valve's closed. We're go.
There's the confirmation that we have successfully
You're in the process
recycled.
of figuring the pickup terminal sequence MPS.
That's affirmative, so we're go. We're in good shape.
Okay, you have a go to proceed. GLS, pick up the count immediately.
I copy. Mark. GLS is go for auto sequence start.
We are go for start.
25.
Booster hydraulic power units have started.
20.
Sound suppression water system has started.
15.
T-minus 13 seconds.
10.
T-minus 10, go for main engine start. We are go for main engine start. T-minus 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery with the Hubble Space Telescope, our window on the universe.
Mission Control, Houston.
Roll program.
Roger, roll, Discovery.
The roll maneuver puts the vehicle in the proper launch plane. Guidance officer confirms a good roll maneuver. Engines now throttling back. The throttle down maneuver assists in reducing the aerodynamic loads on Discovery as it passes through the area of maximum dynamic pressure. Velocity now 1,200 feet per second. Discovery downrange 3 nautical miles.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
All 3 engines now throttled back up.
Go at throttle up.
Engines at 104%. The go at throttle up call signifies that all systems are performing well. All 3 auxiliary power units look good. Discovery's velocity now 2,300 feet per second and is downrange 8 nautical miles. Standing by for SRB separation. And both solid rocket boosters have separated. Discovery's velocity now 4,300 feet per second at a downrange distance of 35 nautical miles. Booster officer reports all 3 engines stable at 104% performance.
Discovery Houston, performance is nominal. And Discovery 2-engine Ben Guerrier.
The 2-engine Ben Guerrier call means that Discovery could reach the transatlantic abort site at Ben Guerrier on 2 engines if it were necessary.
Copy, nominal performance, 2-engine Ben.
Velocity now 5,000 feet per second. Discovery 60 nautical miles away from the launch site. All systems continuing to perform well aboard Discovery. Velocity now is 6,200 feet per second. Downrange 100 nautical miles. The Environmental Systems Officer reports the FES is operating well. That is the flash evaporator system that provides cooling to Discovery's systems.
Discovery Houston, negative return, press to ATO, select Banjul.
Negative return, press to ATO.
That last call means that Discovery cannot return to the launch site at Kennedy. However, enough energy has been achieved to reach a safe orbit on 2 engines should one shut down, and Discovery could also reach the backup transatlantic abort site at Banjul if that were necessary. All 3 engines are stable at 104%. Auxiliary power units all performing well. Discovery's velocity is 8,400 feet per second at a downrange distance of 175 nautical miles.
Discovery, press to MECO.
Press to MECO.
The press to MECO call signifies that Discovery could make the main engine cutoff target.
Discovery, droop Banjul 109.
Loop 109.
And that last call means that Discovery could reach the Banjul transatlantic site on 1 engine at 109%. All 3 engines still looking good. Discovery's velocity 12,000 feet per second. Downrange 290 nautical miles at an altitude of 60 nautical miles. Guidance officer confirms that navigation is good.
Discovery, single engine Banjul 104.
Single engine Banjul 104.
Officer reports all 3 engines stable.